All right, getting ready to go for another quick 2-miler. Should be another easy one. I'm gonna run the same route I ran yesterday. I already checked the forecast. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get rained on today, so that's a plus. But it is cold. It's like 38 degrees out, so I don't know. Got to take the good with the bad, I suppose. But we're gonna go knock this out real quick. It's weird. A big window. I don't know if you can see it over there. That big, like, curved window at the top. Looks like the master closet. There's some lady in there just like rifling through stuff I could see right in because she had the light on. It's dark out. But anyways, quick 2 miles, and then we head to the gym later. So yeah, I'm gonna get this party started because it's cold out here, and I want to say bye to my daughter before she goes to school. So we'll see you on the other side. 1 mile in. 1 mile in. Feeling still pretty slow, but maybe a little better than yesterday. So, all right, see you 2 miles. All right, 2 miles is up. Did the 2 miles today. Didn't have to extend it because it didn't rain. But 2 miles in like 19 minutes, 58 seconds, I think. So just shy of 20 minutes. Average pace was at 9:49. So still kind of slow, like I said, but slightly better than yesterday. We'll take it. I'm off running tomorrow, so it'll give me a chance to kind of recover. My legs are starting to feel it a little bit, so I'm looking forward to not running for a day, maybe 2. So we'll see. Sprints again this weekend, so need to rest up for that. But yeah, other than that, heading to the gym later for bench. Like I said yesterday, I think I'm gonna just kind of try to find a RPE 9 on incline so that I know what to use next week when I start my program. So should be a nice and easy one at the gym today. Another conversation with discomfort complete on this lovely Thursday morning. Chilly, cold out, but that's okay. That's all right. Had the conversation. Didn't really have to listen to much today. The only feedback I'm getting is my legs. They're just kind of sore. My calves especially. Or not my calves, sorry, my shins. It's almost like I'm starting to get shin splints. And I think that's just from the volume of running that I've picked up. So, kind of to be expected. Some what do you call them? Hiccups along the way as we get started, but nothing I'm too worried about, really. So we'll just have to monitor that and listen to what else my body tells me. But I get the feedback from my body. I have these shin splints, my calves, my legs are sore. I listen to that feedback, and I'm able to discern that that's not a limitation. It's just an obstacle. So I just kind of push through. I'm not really like in excruciating pain. There's nothing, outwardly or I guess overtly wrong with me. There's no big pain point. There's no pain trigger. It's just sort of shin splints. If you've ever dealt with shin splints, you know what I'm talking about. That pain in your shin. I got them in both of mine. And While some people might listen to that and view that as a limitation and say, oh, well, I guess I'm just not built for running. I guess I just can't run. It hurts to run. I can't run. You know, you have to be able to view that as just an obstacle that needs to be overcome. They go away, believe it or not. Your body is incredibly adaptable. And your body can basically, any stress you put on it, it can, both your central nervous system and your musculoskeletal system, they can adapt to that stress. You know, it's the reason why you get stronger. If you lift weights, yeah, it's your muscles that you're tearing and rebuilding bigger and stronger, but it's also your central nervous system, your CNS, that is adapting to that stress, you know. And if you do it over a long enough time frame, you stick with it through the soreness, through the, you know, pain, we'll call it, through the discomfort, through all that. If you stick with it, you come out the other side more muscular and stronger because of it. And the same thing applies here. You know, your body, like I said, is incredibly adaptable, and it will adapt to stress you put it under. Shin splints, no different. You know, of course, like I said, I'm going to monitor it, keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't get, you know, light years worse. But some initial discomfort is to be expected, just like when you show up to the gym and you do one day of legs or one day of chest, and you wake up the next day and you're incredibly sore. Some discomfort is to be expected. Same thing applies here. So with that said, I'm gonna go get cooled down and maybe eat a little something, drink a little coffee. I gotta get to work here in about an hour. So starting the day off on the right foot with a nice little 2-miler. We're about 2 months out from the High Rocks today. So yeah, clock's ticking. What are you waiting for? See y'all at the gym. We're back. Oh God. I have it's been like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days now. Right. God, Jesus. Well, I've increased my I've always taken creatine, just 5 grams a day. But I don't know. I've been reading and hearing more and more on like just stuff getting pushed to me on my feed on Instagram about, you know, the benefits of actually doing that 5 grams per day for everybody is a little too cookie cutter. I mean, it gets the job done, I think, but I've been hearing and reading that there are benefits to be had by actually increasing that intake to 1 gram of creatine per 10 kilograms of body weight. So if you don't know how to do that, take your current body weight in pounds. For those of you that live in the United States, your current body weight in pounds, and divide it by 2.204. You can do 2.2 as well, but I like to do 2.204. And that will give you your body weight in kilograms. And then you divide that number by 10, and that will give you how many grams of creatine you should be taking every day. This is not medical advice. This is just what I'm doing. So for me, I weigh like 215, 220. So I divide that by 2.204, and it's somewhere between 97 and 100 kilos. Then you divide that by 10, and it gives you 9.7 to 10 grams of creatine that I should be taking. So I've increased, all that to say, I've increased my intake to about 10 grams a day. And it is very, it's noticeable. I usually mix it in my pre-workout just because that's when I remember to take it. And I did that again today, but I put 10 grams in there. And yeah, it's really chalky. It's very chalky, especially like that last little bit at the bottom when you're trying, like you're finishing off your pre-workout, and like all of the stuff that's settled at the bottom of the shaker is like making its way into your mouth all at once, like one big chalky, like amalgamation. It's not great. So I'm like chewing my pre-workout, and it's kind of bitter too. So it's like, anyways, just did another run with my wife. She wanted me to run with her today. She's been asking me to go for a run with her. And today it just happened. So I ran the 2 miles this morning, and then about an hour ago, probably not even that long ago, we went for another run. It was about the same. Her training program is in kilometers, so we did 3K, which is about 1.8-ish miles. So that's what we did, and we did it at a painfully slow pace. But that's okay, because HYROX, you've got to stay with your partner. You cannot leave them. So I cannot run at my pace in HYROX and just leave her to run at her pace. We have to run together. So this is good practice to get my body used to it. And running that slow for me, I mean, I'm 6'2", and I've got some pretty long legs. So that's just a painfully slow pace for me. And it did not help my shin splints either. But such is life. I'm not running tomorrow. I'm probably not going to run on Saturday either. I'll probably run on Sunday. I'm supposed to do surges or sprints. So I'll probably let my legs rest a little these next few days and just hit it hard again on Sunday and Monday with my sprints, and then my distance run, my 2-mile run. So yeah, I'm 4 miles deep this morning. It's like 11 a.m. and I'm on my way to the gym to hit incline bench and probably some more chest exercises, some chest accessories. And yeah, we're gonna make it a great day. I feel, I don't know. It's exhausting. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's exhausting. This is a lot of movement. This is a lot of exercise, a lot of activity. But, I don't know. This is the beginning. I just started training, and this is the start of HYROX training, where I've really ramped up the physical intensity of my days on a day-to-day basis, right? It's no longer just an hour and a half in the gym. Now it's, a 2-mile, 3-mile, 5-mile run, and then an hour and a half in the gym, and then maybe like some rower or, ski erg sprinkled in there as well. So I'm really ramping up the physical intensity of my day, and it's only just begun. I've just started this, and the hardest part of anything is the beginning, is starting. It's always the hardest part. It only gets easier with time. It's very hard to start something for a lot of reasons. A lot of people are scared to start. They don't like change. They're worried what other people will think of them. They don't, they convince themselves that now is not the best time to start because of X, Y, and Z. Starting is hard for a lot of people, but you got to understand that starting is the hardest part. Starting is the hardest part. It only gets easier from there. That's true for just about anything in life, whether that's going to the gym or exercising, or whether that's starting a new business, or whether that's, venturing into a new hobby. Even if that hobby is something as silly as like watercoloring. I'm not trying to dunk on watercolors or anything, but you get what I'm saying. Like, starting is always the hardest. Once you get past that initial starting point, though, you start to realize that this is actually not as hard as you thought it was, that you've learned a lot quicker than you thought you would, and you're actually making some progress, and you start to see that progress manifest. And again, the beginning is where you see the most progress manifest itself the fastest. And so it's encouraging in a way, to see your progress come to life in front of you, right? I remember when I first started working out, I was doing like HIIT workouts in the garage. I had a garage gym. This was back like during COVID. And I was doing like HIIT workouts in the garage. Dude, I went from 210 to 193, but I saw results within 2 months. I could see my body changing. I could see my arms getting a little bit bigger and fuller. I could kind of see my torso reveal a different shape. It wasn't just kind of fluff anymore. There was actually like a shape to it. There was a little bit of definition. I'm not saying I had an 8-pack or anything, but you could tell there was a change. And that's all it took. That's all it took to keep me motivated to keep going. And the same thing applies to anything else in life. You know, you see that little bit of progress and you start to kind of understand what you're doing and see the results, and it only motivates you. Good night, dude. What is up with that light? It only motivates you to want to continue, to see more progress, to see more results. And so the hardest part is the beginning, and that's when you need to stick with it the most, because once you see it and stick with it, the results start to compound over time. It's hard at first, but it only gets easier. You only get better, and things only improve, you know. We're 15 days in, 16 days now, I guess, technically, into 2025. What steps have you taken to fulfill your New Year's resolutions? Whatever those may be, you know, whether it's fitness, gym, health, nutrition related or not. Maybe you said you were going to start a business. Maybe you said you were going to learn a new hobby or a new skill. Maybe you said you were going to teach yourself how to program computers. Have you started? Have you started? Starting is the hard part. But once you start, man, I promise you won't regret it. I promise you won't regret it. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Pulling into the gym now. And we're gonna hit incline bench, like I said previously. We're just gonna try to test RPE 9 on incline bench. I think it's probably gonna be around 225. So, of course, all of the other weights that I've, you know, kind of like said I was gonna shoot for this week. Bench was 315, didn't move past 300. Squat was 405, didn't move past 385. So I say 225 on the incline, but based on the trends, it seems like that's going to be more like, I don't know, 185, 205, somewhere in there. So I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see. I'm gonna go get warmed up, and we're gonna hit this bench sesh. All right. Severe goof up on my part today. So I use my tripod, like I'm using it right now, to film this so I can hold the camera out a little bit farther in front of me. I know it's not perfect, but it's what I'm working with right now. So I'm using the tripod, right? I use it when I'm in the car, and typically when I get to the gym, I'll take my phone off, toss the tripod in the back seat, because that's where my backpack is back there. It has all my like lifting stuff in it. And then when I'll get out, go around to the back seat, open the door up, put the tripod in my bag, and then go inside. And today I did exactly that. But when I got into the gym, I opened my backpack, and usually it's sitting right there on top. And I didn't see it today, so I thought I left it in the car. I thought I forgot to stash it in the backpack. But came out just now after the gym, opened my back door expecting to see the tripod sitting there unused, sad, alone, afraid, and instead it was not. And so I was like, that's weird. So I opened my backpack up and dug a little further down towards the bottom, and it had worked its way down towards the bottom of my backpack. So it was in there the whole time, and I just didn't see it. So I did not film any of my sets in the gym today. Sorry, it's a big goof up on my part. I'm just a silly goose. So I will brief you on how the gym session went. We did incline bench, as stated many times already in this video. Did incline bench, worked up to a top single at 225. So this was the one lift this week so far that I've been pretty much like right on the money in terms of what I wanted to work up to and what it actually ended up being. And it was about 225, it was about a 9. It was about a 9. So I stopped there and I plugged 225 into my little RPE calculator. For those of you that are wondering, it's just www.rpecalculator, all one word, .com. You can plug in numbers there. You know, I lifted 225 today, so I went into the calculator, put in 225, said it'll ask you what the RPE is. I put RPE 9, meaning that I probably had one more in the tank, quite possibly 2. Definitely 1, chance at 2. So left it there, and then I wanted to round it to the nearest 5 pounds. So I selected that, and then I hit calculate, and it told me that RPE 8, which is what I'm supposed to do on incline bench next week, RPE 8 on incline bench, 3 sets of 6 is, well, a set of 6 is 185. That would be RPE 8 for me. I loaded 185 onto the bar after I hit my top single, and I did a set of 6, and it felt fine. I will probably end up having to lower that just a little bit because I'm doing Larson press next Thursday before incline bench. So my chest and triceps will already be kind of fatigued from that. So a shot at 3 sets of 6 at 185 on incline bench is, you know, less likely. 1 set of 6 today felt fine, but you know, I could tell that I would have really had to fight for probably set 3. Not fight for it, but it may have been more than RPE 8. So yeah, landed there, and then I ended up doing 135 on the incline bench again. It's a little burnout set for what I do. I hit 20. So yeah, that was my bench day. At least that was on the bench there, and then we just kind of, after that, all bets were off, and I just did like 10 sets of goofing around until failure after that. So we did, what did we do? We did tricep kickbacks on the cable. So did tricep kickbacks, and then we did, geez, dude, this sun, what is going on with this freaking sun in the camera? And then I did pull-ups on the assisted machine. Sorry for the light, dude, this is ridiculous. All these trees, man. It's like a strobe light and everyone's seizures. Then we did, pull-ups on the assisted machine because, yeah, even though, you know, I'm a relatively strong dude, I still need help doing my pull-ups. I can do pull-ups, but for what I wanted to do today, I knew I was going to need the assisted machine. I basically just did 3 sets of pull-ups with the least amount of help possible until failure. No shame in using the assisted pull-up machine, man. Use it. Lots of people have to use it. Not everybody can do a set of 25 pull-ups just banging them out, or a set of 10 with a 45-pound weight hanging between their legs. Pull-ups are tough, man. Pull-ups are hard. So don't be afraid to use the assisted machine. I do. But anyways, did that, and then what I do after that, we did tricep rope pushdowns with like a 2-second squeeze at the bottom. And then from there, actually, I'm gonna go straight. From there, I did just regular Smith machine bench. Again, I did 2 sets. Here comes the strobe light again, sorry. I did 2 sets at, what would be 205 on bench, so 45 and a 35. 2 sets of 8, and then I just decided for whatever reason I was gonna cut it short there, and we were just gonna drop to a 135. Burnout set, which I did another set of 20 on the Smith machine, and that felt fine. And then we went into, I realized I really hadn't done much for my biceps except for the pull-ups, and so we did a combination of like a gauntlet and drop sets with I'll say like preacher curls, because it was cable curls, but it was still a 2-handed curl motion. And I basically did them until I drop set every weight. I started at the 52.5 pound plate, did 15, and then, or 15 or 16, and then dropped 10 pounds and basically just went until failure on every 10 pounds descending. So I dropped from 52.5 to 42.5, did, set reps to failure, rested 30 seconds, dropped to 32.5 reps till failure,
rested 30 seconds, dropped to 22 and a half, reps till failure, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, until we got to 12 and a half. And then after that, I could have done 2.5, but I mean, let's be real here. What's the point? So, yeah, that was the day today. Tomorrow there is no running. Tomorrow we will be deadlifting again, trying to find roughly RPE 9 on deadlift. So, and then between all the running I've done this week and the deadlifting session I will be doing tomorrow, I'm kind of looking forward to resting on running. So, yeah, that's tomorrow in a nutshell. Tomorrow is Friday, so we're gonna finish the week out strong and roll into the weekend and do it all over again next week, man. This is what serious training looks like, quite frankly. Just, you know, monotonous, repetitive, but that's how progress is made, man. So I'm gonna run in here. My wife wanted an energy drink. I'm gonna run in here and grab one, head home, and then I gotta get back to work and eat some lunch, man. I'm hungry. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you've made it this far, you know, thanks for watching. Appreciate you, and hope you have a good day. I'll see y'all tomorrow for some deadlifting.